Hello there, welcome back to Prof Neel. It's a pleasure. Is that kosher? Narrative for the day. I never knew that a simple menu could cause the guest, it could hurt a guest to leave the table, to leave the restaurant and never ever return. It could cause a diplomatic row between two countries. But that learning happened during our first year at the Institute of Hotel Management, Ahmedabad, Food and Beverage Service midterm examination. Now we are just learned the course of the menus and we were very thrilled to show it off. And our instructor, as expected, had chosen to give us a question of 20 marks, which was the meat of the paper. Now we had to make plan a menu for a delegation from Saudi Arabia, invited by the government of India for talks on trade, and we had to plan a menu for that. 20 marks, big thing. So all of us with the new learnings of the courses, the menu, went ahead and licked our lips and launched into it. We were all confident of that we had got 20 or 20 or in that particular answer. But after evaluation, when the instructor came to our classrooms and distributed the papers, majority of us found a red circle around one course and a red mark completely slashing the question, that answer that we had written for that question, because we had included pork as one of the meat dish. Now, now serving pork to a Muslim under any circumstances offends their religious faith. We did not realize that in our getting carried away. But there are other learnings from that situation we found. At least I found myself in. So I went across to my very knowledgeable class fellow, a Khoja from a Khoja community, to learn more about. And from him I learned that yes, pork is strictly taboo for Muslims, as meat served to the Muslims must be halal, kosher, as like the Jews. The style of butchery should be halal or kosher style that the Jews prefer. But for the Sikhs, absolutely taboo, forbidden the halal meat. For them, the jhatka meat. Beef, of course, strictly forbidden for the Hindus. Now, reading fictions by Frederick Fawcett and Ludlum in those days, I did come across to one particular remark which always never registered in my mind. It now comes to my, it now it I realize it now. The remark that is that kosher. It meant that how much the Jews had had found a place in European and American society into every nook and corner, so that kosher became a part of their lexicon. Is that kosher means, is that correct? Is that within the scheme of things? So is that kosher? Embrace the failure to enjoy the learnings. Thank you.